Yeah, I love those. I haven't started it yet. We got 4 minutes.
What's going on, YouTube?
Is that us? We're live?
It's us, man.
Boom, baby.
It's technology, man. Technology.
Okay. Boy, are you nervous?
I'm shaking, man.
Are you? Okay.
Trembling. Welcome.
I got
Yeah.
my Sunday duds on it's
Friday night.
So welcome everybody to Enough to Be Dangerous. And the reason it's enough to be dangerous is the two of us combined, we know quite a bit about a lot of stuff. We just,
Yeah.
the issue is we happen to know enough just to be dangerous. Kind of scary.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are some of the things? Tell us about you. Give us some things, some tidbits.
Yeah, so welcome YouTube and the rest of the world to Enough to Be Dangerous. I'm Tommy. That's Joey.
I'm Joey. That's me.
You can see our little name tags.
Oh yeah, the name tags.
Yeah, so we've been kind of working at this throughout the week because the technology itself is a little challenging to, like, when you see people doing these live streams where they're kind of doing these split window chats, it seems pretty easy, but man, when you sit down and actually have to do it, there's a lot of coordination behind the scenes that has to happen. At least for me. I mean, it's like all this stuff, and you can't have certain windows open, and you got to have certain like inputs muted. Otherwise, you end up with some weird feedback. But I think I
didn't do anything.
No. Well,
I did
you're bringing
nothing.
the content, man.
What?
Well, you did this cool overlay.
Yeah, I did.
See?
Yeah, that wasn't much though. I mean, it's a couple lines, some text, names. I made the boom from scratch. That's all me.
See, the dude's talented.
Yep.
You probably
Yep.
printed
Boom.
that on your 3D printer. No?
Nope.
Okay,
I don't know how.
got it.
No, I know how. I could do it. So, just to give a little tidbit about what I'm thinking. So, like in the little video intro, you know, TV shows, movies, technology, like my specialties, the things that I enjoy and have taught myself how to do: 3D printing, obviously, as you mentioned, woodworking. Those are my two big ones. I dabbled in photography for a while, but you kind of overtook that one, and that became one of your specialties. And then Twitch streaming. So I streamed for a couple years, one full year of just nonstop beating the pavement, crazy doing the Twitch streaming, and that ended up being pretty cool, a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of cool people doing that, so that was pretty awesome actually. But I dabble in a lot, so I'm heavy into like gaming, the 3D printing, woodworking. Those are like my main things. I like DIY stuff. What about you? What do you like?
I had a little technical glitch. You'll see that when you watch this video.
Oh, jeez. It's going to be really loud, I have a feeling.
No. That is going to remind me of something to ask you later. So my thing is I was into photography for a while, but I don't know. I got bored with photography, so I moved into videography, shooting music videos and stuff.
I just saw the glitch in that.
It's because I
You played
switched
the
scenes,
video.
and when I switched back to the 50-50 scene, it automatically kicked in the opener. I don't know why. If I had it, you know
Good
what? I
reason.
just need to bring my Stream Deck inside when we do this. See, because
Well, it's the learning
Yeah.
curves. It's cool though. I'm cool
on
with
the
that.
Stream Deck, I could just program those buttons to switch the scenes, and it
Uh-huh.
doesn't re-enable things that you don't want re-enabled.
I gotcha.
But when I do it manually,
Okay,
'cause
back
I'm
to
like
photography.
right-clicking, yeah.
Photography.
Oh yeah, so photography, I don't know, I got bored with it. And it could just be because I live in a little town and there's not a lot of photography subjects, besides my mannequin. No one in my family's interested.
Wow.
They don't want to be in front of the camera. So
And you got into drones too, yeah, for a while.
yeah,
Kinda
I
that
mean,
died off too.
I've been flying the drone a lot this week because we got the construction going on out.
The pool. You getting a pool?
So yeah, droning. Not that high speed crazy FPV stuff. Just
FPV, right?
normal, no
aerial.
goggle drone flying. Yeah,
Aerial. Yeah.
aerial drone.
I don't know if that's what it's really called, but it sounds good.
I think it is called that.
Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
the other drones, they don't fly in the air, right?
Yeah, they do. Just not high up.
Um,
Yeah, you're not funny.
I've seen some where they do go high up though. Oh, so I DJ. You can see my little
Oh,
bit of
yeah,
a sign
DJ.
back there.
What's the sign say?
DJ Tommy. Kind of.
Oh,
I got my
DJ
camera
Tommy.
pointed down a little bit. See, I was hoping pointing the camera down would eliminate the ring reflection. It does. It does sort of, like if I.
I can see it in your
Yeah.
glasses, like in the corner.
Yeah. So the higher the camera is and pointed down, the less of a.
You can see my ring if I
Oh,
turn.
I see it. Yeah. DJing. I've got a couple proms coming up. It's prom season right now. I'm not like out there trying to.
You're not like a full blown celebrity
No,
DJ.
I'm
You're
not
just
like.
proms and weddings, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't ever go hunting for it. If people know me or if someone reaches out and says, "Hey, do you still DJ?"
I mean, you're friends with the mayor, right?
Friends with the mayor. His honor. Yep.
Yeah.
I was one of the video projects I did was interviewing the mayor candidates before the election and posting their kind of their videos of what they're all about. So, yeah, that was kind of cool.
Does that give you street cred? Like
Yeah.
in
New
what town
New
is
Baden?
this? It's New.
all
Baden.
kinds of street
Yeah,
cred
that's it.
actually. Got a
Yep,
special
okay.
parking space out in my driveway.
Oh. Yeah, I
What
have one
else?
of
What
those.
else do I got?
What about?
I don't know if I do anything else.
So I know that we both watch a ton of Netflix and television shows.
I do
We're
watch a
both
lot
hooked on
of.
TV.
I do watch a lot of streaming video. I guess we call it these days, right?
Right.
Now, you been
Yep,
to the
streaming.
movies lately?
Yeah, it is streaming. Nope.
What's the last movie you saw in the theater?
I couldn't tell you. It's
Damn.
been over 3 years.
Oh, so it's
Now I've bought movies like on Disney and whatnot. Like I'll pay for them.
so you've been you gave up on movies even before COVID.
No. Well, if I'm saying 3 years, that could be a false timeline.
Fake news.
I'm saying as soon as COVID struck, I said, screw that. I'm not going to the movies. And I have to be honest, slightly beforehand, we were having issues with people bombing and doing shootings in movie
Yeah.
theaters. Do you remember that? So maybe it was a little bit before COVID, because I was like, if I go to the theater, I'm going to sit in the back row so I can see every person that walks into this place first off. And if somebody comes in that looks just a little sketchy, I'm gonna make everybody duck down. I mean, that's what I was thinking in my head. I didn't say that or anything, but that's exactly what I was thinking. I
I'm
was
trying to think.
kind of scared.
I mean, so I have been to the movies. I have seen one movie, maybe two. No, actually, I think maybe just one movie in the last 2 years. And then the movie I saw before COVID hit, I think the last movie I actually went and saw was Avengers Endgame. Yeah, I went and saw
I
that
saw
in the
that
theater.
in the theater.
Sold out show. I went by myself because I knew my family doesn't
What?
care about that kind of stuff. My kids don't care about seeing Avengers. They weren't even caught up. Like if you're not caught up,
What is your wife like?
I mean, she likes action stuff. You know,
Oh, okay. Because that's not an
she's
action.
not into like fantasy stuff though. You know, for her that's no
Oh,
different than
okay.
Lord of the Rings. And
But they're good-looking dudes that women like, moving around on a screen. That's not her style. Because I'll tell you this much: Danny is full-fledged. Any kind of action movie that a guy kind of movie,
Okay.
she's all over them.
yeah,
Superheroes,
I mean,
comic books.
we used when we lived in
Thor.
Mesa,
She
we were
loves
watching
Thor.
every Friday night. We would go to Buffalo Wild Wings, then we'd go to the movies. But when we moved out here, I don't know, that kind of tapered off. We'd go to the movies maybe twice a year, and
Okay.
it usually had to be like something really good, especially now with things coming out so soon after. Like with streaming, I mean, movies are coming out like 3 months sometimes. So,
Yeah. You know another thing I hated about theaters, and now it's even worse? What COVID has done for me, everything's gross now. Like, it's gross to sit in a cloth seat that somebody else has been sitting in. I just think about germs now. Do you do that? Or no?
I mean,
Is that just a me thing?
I've always thought about germs. The nice thing about the theater we have here, like, because we're out in the boonies, but we do have one theater that's probably about 15, 16 miles away. It's all like these really nice leather seats, and they're all like massage reclining chairs, so you have like distance, but yeah, they're really nice. And I mean, it's a pretty new setup. I think they remodeled like right before COVID hit. They started remodeling this theater, and it kind of helped them probably.
Gotcha.
Not having so much foot traffic in there because they were able to work on that and get it all renovated while it was all shut down. But now when you go to this
Smart.
theater, you actually pick your seats, right? I mean, there's just no go in there and pick a seat. You actually have to, on your ticket, it's like an airplane ticket. It tells you what seat you're sitting in. So it's kind of nice. And every seat's so spaced out. So that's the only reason why this one theater that's near us, because we went and watched Spider-Man, like when it came out. I don't know, what has it been, like 3 months now? So we went and saw that.
Right.
And I brought
Yeah, that's streaming
I took my
now.
family to that one because Spider-Man's a little more mainstream. Like, you don't have to be like up on every, like with those Avengers movies, especially with Endgame. If you didn't watch Infinity War, then you'd be like, all right, what the hell's going on? And so I don't think they had watched Infinity War, so it didn't make any sense to take them to Endgame. But with No Way Home, I mean, it's just a Spider-Man movie. Pretty much anybody can get into that. So yeah, that was my last movie. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's really.
I've seen
there
Spider-Man.
There
That was
hasn't been
amazing.
enough.
So,
Yeah, to put up with all that stuff that like that public seating and stuff. It's got to be a really good movie for me, and I felt like Spider-Man was worth it.
Okay. Let's see. Netflix. That's a trigger for me because I can get hooked. Uh, if you look at the top Netflix TV shows and movies, let's see. We've got number one is Bad Vegan. Number two is The Adam Project. Number three, I have Good Girls. Have you ever watched Good
I
Girls?
got into like the first couple episodes, but I think there was some competing, like it had some competition at the time, and I kind of drifted away from it. Patty was into it though. She watched. I
Okay.
think she still keeps up with it.
I watched part of all of season one, part of season two, and started to get bored. It's fun, but if there's something better on, it was definitely easy for me to switch and watch something different. Then we've got number four is The Last Kingdom.
Yeah, I've thought about checking that out. It looks like something I've watched, but I know I haven't. It just looks very familiar though. Okay.
So it's amazing. If you like,
Is it
knights and
supernatural, like
fighting
Game
and-
of Thrones type stuff? Okay. All right.
No. It's realistic. It's like, it's like a, how do you call it?
Period piece.
Period type.
Okay.
Yeah, time period time piece. However you say it. Damn it. But amazing show. Love it. Worth seeing. We can talk more details on it another time. This is more like an intro of what we're doing, what to expect. So next you've got Inventing Anna. Did you check that out?
I did. And I was hoping, I honestly thought there was going to be some kind of a twist to it.
Like it wasn't going to be like,
Yeah,
it wasn't
like,
the obvious.
like her accent was so
through the whole
bad. I
thing.
thought
You knew she
like
was-
once you got towards the end or at some point she would just get rid of the accent and say, "Yeah, I'm trying to be something that I'm not." But it turns out that
Right,
was
yeah.
supposedly her real accent. And so like I'm watching the finale and it's like there's not going to be a twist. I invested, what was it, like 10 episodes or 8 episodes, and I was disappointed, to be honest. I was really expecting some grand finale.
Yeah, 9 episodes. So
Yeah.
you must have done 8 or 9. 8.
So I wasn't able to recommend that. So
then we've got-
Anna, I gave that a thumbs down in the rating. I did.
Oh, you did. You don't want more like that, huh?
I mean, I like
Or
I
just
like her
that.
in
Okay.
Ozark, but man, that accent was just hard to deal with.
So I watched the whole thing, not even remembering that was the chick from Ozark. I didn't place it
Because of the accent.
until afterward. I watched like a preview for Ozark or something. I don't know where I saw it, but I go, oh, I've totally forgot that was her. So, and then we've got, what is that? A Walk Among the Tombstones. Liam Neeson. Whoa. I
No.
hadn't even heard of that. Have you?
Pieces of Her. I watched the first episode. I think
Did you like it?
I think I may go back to it. Yeah,
It
I mean,
didn't grab me.
like I said, I watched that first episode maybe 2 weeks ago, and we'll see. I see it offered to me every time I turn on Netflix, and I just skip past it.
Then we've got Rescued by
What's that?
Ruby.
Is that a kids movie?
The dog. I don't know that it's kids. It is. Let's see. It is rated TVG, so it could be.
TVG.
The feel good.
It's a kids movie. Because nowadays kids movies are like
Yeah.
PG-13. So if it's
Yeah, true. But it's about a guy that's it's an animal trainer or something, and he graduates to being like a search and rescue kind of guy, and he finds this dog. So they run out of money. We won't go into details, but it actually looked good.
Okay.
It's something that I want
Yeah.
to watch with Jax.
well, yeah. Again, if you got kids, then it sounds ideal.
Right. It's
What else
perfect.
you got on the list?
Life After Death with Tyler
Not ringing
Henry.
a bell.
He's like a
Oh, I saw
psychic.
the trailer. You watching it?
Yeah. No, I might.
Did you ever watch Medium when it was out?
You know, that was a Danny show, not me. But did you know at one period in my life I read tarot cards for a living?
Over the phone or in person?
I did over the phone, but I made more money in person than I did over the phone.
And was there a science to that?
You want
I
the
think
story?
The world wants the story.
So I went to boarding school my last year and a half of high school. So I left Mission Bay High School at the age of 15, 16. I don't remember the year. Nonetheless, I went to boarding school. And I remember somebody there had a deck of tarot cards. And I picked them up and started looking through the images, and they gave me some idea about different meanings of what, swords meant, coins. And so they gave me some basics. But I was able to draw from the images feelings and just like emotions from them, and I was able to read people without ever reading a book on what the meanings were or any of that. It just came to me. And so I started at age of 15, I don't remember. And when I went back to San Diego after boarding school, I started reading them in a coffee shop in Pacific Beach for money. I used to make, anywhere from 60 to a couple $100 a night. And yeah, it was all just something that came to me. I can't even explain it today.
Why'd you give that up?
I know it sounds weird. A big part of my story is drug use in the past. And we'll clear this up quickly. I'm 21 years clean and sober now, but I think I dropped everything while I was drinking and using. Plus, nobody'd want to be around me because I was a mess. So there's no way I could have read somebody's cards and they'd want to even listen to the first thing I had to say while I was using.
It didn't help you see into like the multiverse?
No, not at all. And I just never picked it up again after those coffee shop
So do you
days.
feel like people who do that, do you think there is like an honest do you think there are honest people who do that?
I know for a fact there are. I know it because I did it. This might sound weird, but I've read people, I'd give them exact specifics on a person that they were going to meet within a certain time period and they were going to end up marrying them. I've told people when they were going to get pregnant. It's not accidental when you do these readings and you get these feelings and images in my head that were just so accurate. So I know for a fact that it's for me, it's real. It's unexplained. I have no clue.
We'll
It
start
was
calling you
just
Whoopi.
something that came to me. I'm not. I haven't tapped into that, so I haven't even tried. But at one point in my life, it was
Well,
something
maybe
that I
you don't
could
need
do.
the cards anymore. You just do it. You just look at
Dude,
someone and you
I don't know
read
about
them.
that.
Yeah, so what am I watching? Yeah, good story.
yeah, there's my little
I'm
story.
trying to steer us back to Netflix.
Oh yeah. The last one is Love Is Blind.
Is that a reality show? Okay.
It is a reality show, and I love it. I'm a reality show
No.
junkie. Are you?
Uh,
And especially romance reality shows. I know it's like the
The
furthest thing from a
Bachelor?
dude show. I'm a sucker for The Bachelor.
okay.
My wife has stopped watching those, and I still watch them. Is that
No, I just
like a notch,
no,
decrease of
not
notches
at
on my
all.
man
I just,
card?
so you're going to
No?
be our authoritarian on anytime we bring up, a romance reality or any kind of reality. The last reality I watched, because Patty was really big into Big Brother, so I'd watch that with her. But even that,
It's
well,
gotten stale
I have
for me.
the last few years, I've always just said that reality shows are becoming too narrated or coerced.
That's so funny. There was this TV show that I watched. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a TV series where they were doing. It was a dating show. It wasn't reality though. It was an actual series, a written scripted series where they were spoofing what a dating show was like. So they did the behind the everything was staged on the show. So they would force certain girls to go ask questions of the Bachelor dude, and he ran off with one of the girls halfway through the show, but they didn't show that on the show.
Yeah, I can't think of the name.
They just
I know what you're
like
talking
the-
about. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. So that was actually pretty good, but that opened my eyes. I'd never even thought that part of it was
Yeah, I just
scripted.
feel like,
that
because
was
you'd
naive
have
of me,
those
but-
people that would go to interviews years later and say, yeah, the production team of, Survivor or The Real World or all those, MTV shows, they would say, yeah, the producers were always trying to egg us on to, get in an argument or, something and so I just thought, what if they just said, yeah, we're gonna steer them totally into everything we want them to do, and they're basically just gonna be actors and actresses.
Oh, so when I do watch The Bachelor, I do think about that a lot now. Is this kind of being pushed? Is the drama or trying being forced? Are they making people stay on the show, even though they know they're not going anywhere, but they cause drama, so they want them to stay
And it works
there?
for
They are.
WWE. No,
You watch
I
wrestling?
mean I used to when I was a
Oh,
kid.
neither do I.
Yeah, I actually went
when
to
I was a kid.
I went to a. It wasn't WWE back when I watched. Went to. I saw Jake the Snake. Yeah, he was there.
Oh, okay.
So that's how long ago it was, because I think he's probably been retired for 30 years. 40.
Yeah, buddy of mine is in the house. Bull Rider, welcome, buddy. It's a good friend of mine
Okay.
that I game with a ton.
Welcome. Thanks for
Welcome.
stopping in. We're just recapping the Netflix top 10. I don't know why, but over the last few years, and I can't even blame the pandemic for this, but even before the pandemic, my whole viewing on Netflix steered into Asian television, subtitled stuff.
Yeah, I remember you
I
telling
got
me
really
something
into
about
Asian
that.
TV.
What's the grab?
You know, I don't really know. I just find it I find it entertaining. Like just the way they there's kind of like this, you can see they're striving to almost be like, I don't know, like Hollywood in a way. But
Okay.
I lived in Japan for 3.5 years. So and I'm half Filipino, so I got some
Oh,
yeah.
oh, you're half Filipino? What's the other
White.
half?
It's where I get my privilege,
Oh,
man.
white. Wow. That's
Did
not
we
going to
just
go
get,
over well.
demonetized? Or
Yeah, we
demonized.
got, what is it called?
We got
Canceled.
demonized. not
Canceled.
demonetized. No, but I like the Korean shows. I don't know. I like the way that they're laid out. Like even like some Korean movies have gotten really big.
I tend to like, is this weird? But I tend to like
Yeah.
Korean stuff better than some of the other Asian, like
Well-
Japanese or Chinese. Oh,
Well,
I don't know
China
anything
has
that's
really
Chinese,
strict
actually.
guidelines around making their movies. Like there's rarely
Okay.
any like kissing. I think Asian movies in general are that way. There's like not a lot of romance. I mean, there may be romance, but there's not a lot of physical, like even the kissing, like basic stuff. And in China, like there can be no like homosexuality or anything like that. Like they're not allowed to make movies like that. So there's this really big show
Oh, I didn't know
over the
that.
last few years called The Untamed. It's a martial arts show, and it's it's one season,
Okay.
but it's like 35 episodes. And it's
Wow.
about these two martial art experts, and like one of them is like a former demon, and one of them is like a good guy. But they team up, and I guess they hint that the two guys are like falling in love, but they can't ever act it out.
What? Oh, that's so similar to the Black Mirror. One
But
of
the
stories.
Untamed, I mean,
Okay,
that
keep
one
going,
right
though.
there is if they could come out with a season 2, that'd be awesome. But the Untamed, like after I watched that, then I started jumping over to some other like martial arts stuff from China. Like China has a lot of those that don't really get mainstream, but they're really highly produced. Like with the colorful scene, like the colorful sets. Like some of their scenes will be like very like, I don't know, colored with flowers and trees, and so the natural color, I guess, is just emphasized a lot. And the fight scenes, it's like Crouching Tiger stuff, like the way they do martial arts.
I have.
Did
no idea what
you
you're
never
talking
saw
about,
Crouching
so-
Tiger, Hidden Dragon? Okay. Well, it's like
No.
martial arts, except kind of like they can jump super high, but they're still fighting. They can't shoot laser beams or anything, but yeah. But yeah, so I just I guess the point is I was like even still today, I'll like I'm watching a Korean, or actually maybe Chinese. It's hard to tell because I don't speak either language, but it's called Black or White. It's on Netflix, and it's about these two cops. One of them is kind of like a goofball, and one of them's a serious cop, and they're teaming up, trying to solve some murder. And so, I think that's the combination I like. It's like
It's
I don't watch it
it's
dubbed.
dubbed.
I watch it in original language. Yeah, subtitles.
Subtitles.
I can't do the dub. I can't do like
okay.
the ambiance of the sound effects are different, and like yeah,
Doesn't
I
bother
do the
me at all.
subtitles. I like to hear the natural sounds of like the like if there's a car crash or
Yeah, Danny can't do dubbed either. She hates it. Hates it. Like it grind. It's like
Yeah,
nails on a chalkboard.
I'll
for her.
immediately like, no dub, can't do it. Can't do the fake voice.
Huh.
You know, it's like that dude's voice doesn't sound like that.
No, I know what you mean. What was that? Like the Israeli show. What was that? The guy that got the shirt.
Oh, Passion of the Christ.
No, 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 no. The
Oh,
Israeli guy.
Adam Sandler.
No. He was invincible
Oh,
when
the
he wore the
Protector.
shirt. And he was the Protector. See, I thought that was well done. But I have no idea what the guy really sounds like.
You're watching it. You're watching it dubbed.
He reminded me of Brendan
No, I watched
Fraser.
that too. That's good.
Yeah. Did he remind you of Brendan
He
Fraser
does.
at all?
Yeah, like a broke Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what's coming out on the 25th?
What?
The ladies are going to be so squirrely about this. And I liked the first season very much. Bridgerton. It's going to be huge. I love period pieces. I love
That was on the. That was on an independent
timepieces like that.
That was on a website. I would something about like the sexiest shows on Netflix or something.
I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, that show's going to be number one as soon as it gets released.
Whether it is, yeah. And you know,
Without a doubt.
on those top 10 lists, they show you like the hours watched. Yeah, like on
Oh, they
some of
do?
those
I didn't know
Netflix
that.
top 10s. Not on the one on Netflix, but if you go to like other sites that show the Netflix top 10s, yeah, they'll show you how many hours
okay.
of it are watched, and it's like it's crazy. Like the number of hours, like sometimes the distance is like massive between like the number one and number two. Because I know Inventing Anna was getting a lot of watch time, but yeah, there were some that were really. I think Adam Project was just getting a ton of hours of watch time.
What did you think
I mean,
of
I like
Adam,
Ryan Reynolds.
Adam Project?
You know, the dude is like, you know, yeah.
The kid was
But
amazing,
I
though.
pretty much.
And the humor that goes along
Yeah.
with the little. It's just really good.
Yeah. So I typically like Ryan Reynolds movies.
One of the funniest things was the wound that it kept farting.
Oh yeah.
You remember that part? Yeah. So, okay. So there's that. Should we talk about... I don't know anything about basketball.
Yeah.
You do. And you're in we both lived in Arizona. That's where we met. And I guess U of A
Yeah. Well,
is a top dog, yeah.
you know, like many of us, like we're from Sierra Vista, and so Tucson was the closest big city. Like if we needed to go to the mall, if we needed to go, you know, to a nice restaurant, you know, we were driving like an hour and a half to Tucson, because Sierra Vista had nothing, and I mean, I guess back then it had nothing. So like that was like where me, Mike, Terrence, you know, there was a bunch of us from Sierra Vista, and we all moved up to Phoenix at some point. But when we, yeah, so
I forgot
because
that,
Tucson
yeah.
was the closest big city, that was, you know, University of Arizona was the nearest team to us that, you know, we would, you know, all of our TV stations were Tucson. So anything we watched on TV back then, you know, any sports was going to be geared around things happening in Tucson. So yeah, all U of A. Everything was U of A when we lived in Sierra Vista. And so,
Okay.
and back then it was easy because U of A was really good. I mean, that was like the Steve Kerr, you know, Sean Elliott era, you know, like the,
Steve Kerr.
well, now he's the coach of Golden State Warriors. Steve Kerr
where
was
Stephen Curry plays.
was played with Michael Jordan for several years and won many championships with the Bulls.
I don't know who those
But
guys
anyway,
are.
yeah, they were all part of U of A. You know, U of A was like a big time, powerhouse in college back then. And even the football team was kind of good. They had a couple years where they
They
yeah.
were phenomenal a couple of years. Now football, I know.
But
When college football starts, I'm all in that.
yeah,
Crazy.
so let's talk about let's jump over to what's happening with the what we call March Madness. I don't know if we're allowed to say that. I think that's like a copyright now. Kind of like with Super Bowl, you're not supposed to say the Super
Uh-oh.
Bowl. Yeah.
Boop.
Do you have a
Do I
sensor
have?
beep
Wait,
that you can?
do I have?
There you go. Yeah.
Did that beep? It beeped. Okay. It might be a little late, but
So Arizona
that's all I got.
won its game. And you know how towards the end I was kind of complaining that they weren't dominating enough. So they ended up winning 87-70.
Right.
So they won by 17 points. But
is that a big lead in basketball?
not when it's a number 1 versus a 16. You expect like a 30-point blowout.
Well, I'm looking at like some of these scores, like Illinois over Chattanooga. That was 53-54, and that was the number 4 versus
but when
13.
when you get past like the number 2 or number 3, then I just consider it a toss-up. Because
Well, Villanova won 60 against Delaware, who's 15.
But if you look at
So
the
that's-
other number ones,
okay, that's
like
close.
look at Kansas over Texas Southern by like 27. You had Gonzaga 93-72, so they won by 21. These other number ones, Baylor 85-49, they won by 36. So
Okay, yeah.
these
I see
other
that.
number ones are dominating. And Arizona, I mean, the thing with Arizona, and this is pretty common for them over the years, is they play, at least for the last few years, they kind of play at the level of their competition, right? They're not like, if they're playing a crappy team, then they themselves will usually play crappy. But they'll play a little better than the crappier team. Like they'll get it together at the last minute. Like in this game was actually pretty close until about 3 minutes until the end. It was like a 10-point game. And then in the last 3 minutes, Arizona said, all right, let's just score the last, few points. And they pretty much kept Wright State at a shutout. But so, yeah, if they play a team that's kind of slow and sloppy, Arizona could be in trouble. But if they play a team that's like run and gun, then they'll probably be able to outpace them. Because, I mean, they scored 87. For college, 87 is a pretty high score. For the NBA, that would be like the score after 3 quarters. That's why a lot of people don't like college, is because they like to watch baskets being made, so they'll stick to the NBA. But there wasn't too much. I guess the one big upset that everybody was talking about was Kentucky getting beat. So that was kind of the big news of the day.
And that's my neighbor just south of me from Evansville here. So that was a big deal. St. Peter's, I've never even heard of them.
Yeah, that's a 215, that is considered a very big upset. A 15 over a 2. That, I know that happened to Arizona one year. I was pissed. They got beat by Santa Clara. But Santa Clara they stopped the game.
I mean,
they were like playing in slow motion, and they did this thing with the 4 corners offense. And Arizona was just confused. They didn't know what to do. And they would just take the full, I think back then it was a 35-second shot clock. So they would just take that whole 35 seconds. And, they slowed the game down to a halt. And, Arizona just was never able to overcome that pace. And Santa Clara controlled it. But Yeah, I mean, Arizona hasn't been a great team the last few years, so I haven't been too interested in college basketball. And
My mother watches it religiously.
yeah,
She is her alma mater
Okay.
is Michigan State.
very big.
So she is nuts about Michigan State and basketball. And they happen to be tied 43 to 43
She's
with
probably
15
screaming
minutes
at
left.
TV right now.
Something.
You know, moving from Phoenix to where I live now, outside of St. Louis, I never really transitioned any of like the teams I like. You know, and I know you have some teams you like that, you know, you've been liking for years and years. But like when I moved out here, like everybody expected me to like the St. Louis Cardinals, and I didn't. It's like I don't like the St. Louis Cardinals. People are probably like, "How dare you, you bastard!" But I mean, I prefer the Chicago Cubs over because I'm a native from Illinois, and not this part.
Oh, yeah. But the Cubs are popular. And so before the Diamondbacks came to town in Arizona or Phoenix, everybody liked the Cubs because of spring training.
And we lived right there.
So that's a normal.
People would park in our cul-de-sac and walk over to that spring training area before they built the brand new stuff. But yeah, we used to live right there by that old original Cubs spring training area. It was, it was before it became all commercialized. I mean, now spring training, I mean, they're charging as much for spring training events as they do for real games now. They made a big business.
No, really?
Cubs.
Oh, for Cubs?
Well,
there's
a lot.
Teams?
There's a lot going on the
Padres
west
are
side
there.
of Phoenix. Whole bunch of spring training going on over there. Yep.
Padres.
Athletics, I think.
Padres are the
there you
best
go.
team in baseball.
Show some spirit, man. Show some spirit.
How many hats do I have behind me? One. Oh, you can only see two, I think.
Well, we can't see
Three
anything
hats.
with your crop.
Oh, yeah.
I got you cropped, man. Split screen.
Oh, you do have me cropped. Man, let's see. You can't hit the edge of one of them. I'm looking over at my screen with YouTube on it. Yep. So that's right.
You're backwards.
There.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
See that?
All right.
Yep. So, yeah, I've been a Padre fan since the 70s, since I knew what baseball was. Baseball was my life for a long time. So huge. This is the start of the best time of year, spring training. Baseball. I try to watch a lot of Padres games. In fact, there's no way I could ever like the Cardinals because they're a National League team that we compete against.
Right.
So we had dinner at Drake's or lunch at Drake's when we went to the Padres games against the Cardinals where we were swept at the end of the season last year.
But you still remain loyal. You're a good fan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, even though the Padres can't win a title for the life of them.
Have they won? When was the last time they won? Never?
No, they've never won the World Series. So they've been in two World Series, the Yankees and the Tigers. Yankees in 97, the Tigers in 84. In fact, I got to go to some World Series games in San Diego. And my uncle Dick was around, born and raised in Detroit. He worked at Motown. He was Detroit through and through. So he was tickled pink that they just destroyed us and walked all over us. But that was when Ghostbusters the movie was out, and I remember we were losing the series, and we had to win 3 in a row against the Cubs, your team there. We had to win 3 in a row to get to the World Series, and if you were at the stadium, you could buy these shirts that had, so instead of Ghostbusters, it was Cubbuster shirts. So I got a Cubbusters shirt with the circle and the Cubby Bear in there. And I slept on the pavement to get tickets with my parents. That's how big of fans we were. And that's how you had to get them back in '84. You had to wait. But we watched them take the series and then go to the World Series against the Tigers, who destroyed us. I think the Yankees destroyed us more than the Tigers did, though, in '97. Was that '97?
Did you go to any of those games?
I might be wrong on the year. It might have been. I might be wrong on that year, because I might be mixing. No, I didn't go to the Yankees, but I might be mixing that up with the Chargers going to the Super Bowl in '97. I don't know now. I'm all over the place. I might have that year wrong, but
so you're a Padres
yeah, I didn't get
fan.
to go to the Yankees.
That's our summary for that.
Oh yeah.
I went to one. I've only been to one World Series game, and that was like 2001.
Who was that?
Diamondbacks, Yankees.
Diamondbacks. Yeah. You got to see Randy.
Game 5. It was a blowout. It was like 14-3
Wow.
or something like that.
Randy Johnson, though. Did he pitch in that game?
I don't
You
think
remember?
he did. No.
Not on a blowout. He wouldn't pitch,
But it was a great game.
or it wouldn't have been him.
No, they won.
So the Diamondbacks lost, though.
Yeah, because
they're the ones that blew
teams
them out that game.
The home
Okay.
team always won. The home team won every
They
game.
won that year, right?
Yeah, in that series because
Oh, they did.
the format is 2-3-2, right? 2 games at home. So
Okay.
there were 2 home games for the Diamondbacks, 3 games in New York, and then 2 games.
So they wrapped
Yeah,
it
it
up in
went
the
on
final
7.
2. Okay.
And remember, that was
Wow.
of course, that was
That's
the year of
amazing.
9/11. So it was a big.
Oh, I remember that year. I didn't remember who won, but I had a feeling that it was the. So that was their. No,
no,
that was their
I
second
think that
World
was just their
Series?
first. Yeah, first.
it was their
First and only.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it one and only? Okay. Yeah, I don't follow the D-bag.
the D-bags.
I've always said D-bags. Although, I'm trying to remember. Oh, Paul Goldschmidt. I used to. So whenever we went to Diamondback games, we always sat in right field, and we'd egg on.
I remember
Goldschmidt,
going to a
Goldie.
Giants Diamondbacks game, and Barry Bonds was out there, and I was like booing him, and I was proud.
He
Like
was
my
booed
boo
everywhere he
was
went.
the loudest. Like at least in my opinion, I thought that my boos were standing out. So I was pretty good at booing. I was able to get like a nice loud boo out of my belly. But
Nice.
going to sporting events though, like I don't know, it was a hassle. Like going to big sporting events is a hassle. The parking, the traffic, it's just a big ordeal. That's why I didn't go to a lot. I never went to a lot of sporting events.
Yeah.
I think we went to one Cardinals game ever.
I don't mind the hassle at all.
Yeah.
Cardinal Stadium's really nice. It's really nice. I enjoyed it. But we stayed a block away, so it was no big deal.
Yeah. There was a Patty was doing a Sensi event over there at the ice rink where the Coyotes play, I think. And we stayed there was a Renaissance hotel there we stayed because she had like a 2-day event. So rather than driving all the way back to
Okay.
Mesa, we just stayed the night. It was pretty nice out there. They got it all fixed up. But
Yeah. So when I left San Diego, I lived like 5 blocks away from the stadium down there downtown, and we used to walk to games often.
Jack Murphy?
That was pretty amazing.
Oh.
No, Petco.
I think when I went
Or-
and saw Holiday Bowl there, it was Jack Murphy back when I
Yeah,
went.
Petco. Well, it went
Okay.
from Jack Murphy to Qualcomm.
Is that where? So they play the Holiday Bowl
So-
still in the Qualcomm now?
No, Qualcomm
By a
got
meteor.
destroyed. So
Okay.
no, they tore it down. I think they built something different for
Meteor would have been
SDSU.
better.
Yeah, that would have been a better story, right? Yeah, a lot of my memories growing up were sporting events. So
Yeah, my dad's really big into baseball.
yeah, I can't get either of my boys
Yeah,
into
that's
sports at
because
all.
they just play them all online now.
Right? It's all gaming
Our society is
or
doomed.
TikTok.
I mean, as soon as
But
as soon as
doesn't every
someone drops
generation
an
say that?
EMP, and like right now you
Yeah,
got
everything's dead.
you got to barter.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'll give you a loaf of bread for, like 6 bags of ramen noodles.
Yeah, but I think if that were to happen, you'd have to be careful with your salt intake. Okay?
Right.
So you'd have to eat the ramen
Uh,
noodles without the little packet. Maybe. I don't know.
they don't have a low sodium
I think though.
packet. You could. No, my mom had a way of making the pack.
Just do a
Like I
quarter.
remember one time, we didn't have a. No. You know what it was? We had a bag of noodles, and I didn't like the seasoning that came with it, and so my mom like concocted this like the pork flavor or whatever that I like. Like she made the seasoning
No
from
way.
scratch.
That's insane. You know how many times I've tried to make something that tastes good and it just always comes out
How
like
many?
crap. I mean, I'll try adding cumin, just different things, hot sauce with chicken broth or beef broth, and just nothing's ever worked. And I know I could YouTube it and, find a recipe that somebody else has already perfected, but you don't got time for that while you're trying to wing it. Or but that's something I've tried many times and I just fail miserably every time.
So let's switch back to TV for a second and think about it.
Yeah, we got
think about a
10
TV
minutes.
show
Max.
like all time. Can you think? Do you have an all-time favorite TV show, like something that you just had to watch?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
what was it?
Firefly.
The space show with Nathan Fillion.
Yep.
Yeah,
Space
I like
Cowboys.
him.
Yep.
Have you ever seen him in The Rookie? Have you seen him in The Rookie?
Phenomenal. I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved the
I
Rookie.
just recently caught on to The Rookie. Rookie's excellent. Yeah.
Phenomenal. He's amazing.
Yeah.
One of my favorite actors. Or at least TV actors.
Firefly, yeah. That was good. Mine was Heroes.
I
When
liked
Heroes
a lot.
first came out, to me it was like groundbreaking. Normal people with powers, and I remember from episode to episode, like I was scouring the internet, like Canada, every country, like looking for trailers that had extra footage. Yeah, because
Really? What were you going to get out of the extra footage?
pleasure, dopamine, I don't know. Because I just wanted to know what
Okay.
was going to happen. Like they were really good at the, clipping the episodes right at like some cliffhanger, which I guess now is just the normal formula. But
Right.
Yeah, the first couple seasons of Heroes. When Peter lost his power, though, then I was
Phenomenal.
kind of like, I just thought, why take his power away? Like him and Sylar going head to head was, I mean, that was genius marketing right there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Spock.
And then you had Hero, time traveling. Yep.
I loved Hero.
Yeah.
Hero was so cool.
Yep.
And his character was so
Everybody
lovable.
loved Hero. Yeah.
I mean, not in a man liking a man kind of love thing, but he was probably my first Asian man crush.
I get it.
Hero.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's probably my.
I'm trying to be politically correct with that too. I didn't know how to say. I don't know if you're supposed to say homosexual or I don't know the right. So if somebody knows the right way to say that, for sure leave a comment. Because I'm game for learning the proper way to say that without offending people. I mean,
Man
I offend
crush.
people
I mean,
all
you
the
said
time.
man crush, right?
So yeah, man crush works, but it's not like I want to have sex with him kind of crush.
Yeah,
It's-
we get man crush.
I really liked him.
like most guys have a man crush on like Ryan Reynolds.
No, I don't.
No,
that's
it's different.
not for me. No, I get it. I get what you're saying, but like I enjoy his humor. That's what I like most about him. But Hero,
Yeah.
I loved him. I loved the guy. Who else? Oh, just like Nathan in Firefly. Let's see. Spike and Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. Loved Spike.
I was more of an Angel fan.
Coolest.
Yeah, I watched.
I loved Angel too. Fanatic on both shows. So yeah, anything that Joss Whedon did, I loved. Even Dollhouse
was good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. It got cut short.
That's because it was on Fox, right? Fox was just, I don't know, they just didn't manage their shows right. Yeah, I think Dollhouse was.
Is that
on
what it
Fox.
was? But
No,
wasn't
I don't think
and
Buffy
Angel
was.
both on
Weren't they
Fox?
on the CW?
Maybe
Yeah.
they did it right.
Well, CW
Yep.
was good. I mean, Smallville back then.
Smallville,
Yeah,
amazing
I mean, that's
show.
still kind of like, people still say that's the best superhero show that ever appeared on television. Think about it. Get back to me.
Arrow, Flash.
Flash.
I don't
Flash
know.
is kind of tapered
Flash
off.
is pretty good. Yeah, okay, I haven't seen the most recent, but
Yeah.
Arrow tapered off
Arrow
for me
got
too.
weird.
But
Arrow got weird.
I don't know. I mean, but Hero definitely every bit of it I loved.
Yeah, Heroes was
Heroes.
awesome. That was kind of cut short too.
Oh, way short because of
Yeah.
everybody asking for more money and didn't get it. I think. I'm going to double check on that.
Well, they all went on. I mean, a lot of those characters. I mean, Claire ended up on Nashville for like 10 seasons or something. Peter Petrelli is still on
Oh,
Life
wow.
Goes On.
That was a good
Milo
show.
Ventimiglia or whatever his name is.
I've
Is
never
it,
watched
Is
it.
it Life Goes On? Yeah.
No clue.
Him and Mandy Moore, I think. But yeah.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to check in and see what. I mean, Heroes
What's your
Heroes
favorite?
was my favorite of all time.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
big Star Trek
Short-term
fan.
memory. Horrible.
I
Star
like
Trek?
to say Star Trek. It's easier.
Star Trek.
Well,
that what
it's
it's called?
spelled Trek.
Star Trek.
Yeah,
Oh, it is. Oh,
Trek.
I'm messing with you. I do hear people
I
say Star Trek.
I say Star Trek.
And I kind of
Me
get a
and
giggle
Terrence
out of
used
it.
to debate, while working at Pizza Hut in Sierra Vista. We would have Star Trek debates, like in the make line. A lot to talk about with Star Trek, but you got to be a Trekkie, right? Otherwise, it just.
I mean, I enjoy it, but I can never get into any of the shows, the TV series.
I'm
the
still
movies
watching
I
shows
love.
now. They have like Picard season 2 just started.
Picard was really good. I only got into how many episodes are in a season?
It's hard to tell. Like on network television, sometimes it'd be like 20.
But I don't know. I think I watched like 6 to 7 of Picard, and I really enjoyed it. But something else came along that grabbed my attention, and I just
the
forgot
new
to go
series
back.
Picard on Paramount Plus. That I think that's like 8 to 10
Discovery
per season. So, but he's getting a little up there in years. So,
Picard and Discovery, though, those, if I were to watch a full anything of Star Trek,
Discovery's
it would be
good.
those two.
I'm really digging Discovery right now.
Like the girl in Discovery, the one at least in the beginning, I need to get back to watching it.
Remember her from the
Plays the part
Walking
really,
Dead.
really good. I've not watched most of The Walking
Sasha.
Dead. It's like I haven't seen all of Game of Thrones.
You need to step up your binging, man.
I get stuck on other things. Vikings.
Okay.
I'm huge on Vikings.
Yeah, sounds like you're hitting those period pieces. I need to wrap back to
I
those.
like them. But Game of Thrones is
I
period.
watched that whole thing.
And we will definitely talk woodworking another time. I think it's time to wrap it up, though. I don't have an outro yet. I'll have to.
And
create an
on
outro.
this outro, it kind of has a cold cut. You need to add a kind of a fade. Yeah.
You mean the intro? Oh, we're gonna make. I'll make a fancy one. That was me reteaching myself After Effects. I haven't used it in so long, so it took me about an hour to put that together after I decided what I was doing.
It's good. It caught me off guard where it had a cold ending because I was kind of singing along with the beat. Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Never
really.
apologize.
No, I'm not.
That's the mistake. That's the mistake people make.
No,
these
I'm
days.
really not sorry.
They apologize.
Is it?
Once you apologize,
For
they
everything.
come after you. Mob.
Sorry. Okay. Well, what do you think? How do you feel after our first episode number 1? I mean, damn.
Smash that like button, people.
Kind of exciting.
Smash the like.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to put all kinds of cool little tags and whatnot and hashtags, and I'm only going to mention stuff that we talked about, so it won't be clickbait. It might not be as full of content as what the title says, but, is what it is.
And every now and then
Gotta
we
get
need
those
to
hits.
do a live episode together. Like we need to be in the studio. Yeah.
We can figure that out. But it won't be until the pool's functioning
well,
and warm.
You know it's heated, right? We got the heater for it. Yeah.
Oh, really? I'm game. As long as you have a pool, an excuse like that. So that's 2 excuses. And we can add a third because Danny and Patty can have some kind of sensey thing going on. So there's 3 excuses to go, But I just one last thing. Either got to close that door or something, but I can't sleep on that couch and wake up
That's
in the middle of the night and see that dummy again.
Don't
that
disrespect Millie.
Millie. So as you're sleeping, out of the corner of your eye, you'll see somebody standing just 20 feet
That's the
away
only
from you.
person
And
who
it's
let me
creepy
do
as hell.
photography.
It's his mannequin. He's got a full-sized mannequin in there. And this shadow just hits
You
because
know,
he's got
I'll
some
have
kind
to
of
take a
light in
picture.
this room.
Her
you can
nipples are
see.
taped with a green masking
geez.
tape. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
YouTube safe, right?
Well, I did mark this video as 18 or above,
I think.
just in case, because I know you
Right,
like dropping
okay.
them F-bombs.
No way. I want some family friendly. Well, I'm going to say now that it is not going to be family friendly here.
Yeah.
Although tonight's episode
There's
was.
no guarantee. There's no.
Right. I can't promise that it's not going to
Yeah,
be
we don't
family
even
friendly.
want
So
this showing up on YouTube Kids at all. But I did mark it 18 and over. So.
oh, that's perfect. Okay. Well, we're signing out. Thank you for everybody that views this. Please, he already put down the subscribe stuff. That's huge. We appreciate you. And I'll see you next time, Tom.
All right.
Tommy.
Peace out, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, you guys.
Light. See ya. I look frozen.